different situations last season with several players out, bad news in important moments. And I think it's very important for professional players and coaches try to control what depends on you. And that's what we try to do during the full week. We can control what we are doing, the type of message that we want to send to us, the type of drill that we want to do, the type of intensity that we want to put in the training session. We can control all of that. We can think in other stuffs, but in the end of the day, if you can control that, it's going to be much easier to play soccer, giving your best. And today for me was a good test because, as you know, after national team break, some players out, restrictions, it was not easy. And it was not easy to play in the way that we play today because we wanted to have a high demanding game in terms of ASL, diesel, high-speed running meters, sprint distance, recovery distance. We made a lot of efforts in both areas, attacking and defending, because we knew that's a way that we could create chances against them. I think we have created enough chances to win today. They too, because they have a good team. But when you put your best and you keep respecting your role, attacking, defending, it's much easier and you're going to be closer to win this game. And today, more than 3 points, because as you said before, after a difficult week, put your best today and have everything under control to understand exactly what you have to do, and also with the changes that we have made during the game in terms of shape, attacking, defending. It was challenging, but I am very happy for that.
You mentioned the shape change. Aubrey said that in the first 20 minutes, their pressing structure was a surprise, and you had to sort of find the different flank that you were expecting. What did you have to do to sort of figure that out, or was that solved from you and the coaching staff? Was that the players finding the exit themselves? How did it play out?
Yeah, being honest, it was we have anticipated before the game that they could force us to play to the left side today. And being honest, I had to check it again, but I didn't know why we didn't play enough times with Gabi. That was because Rauk was not jumping against our side back player, against Gabi. And we were trying all the time to find the left side to progress, and they were feeling so comfortable. And then when we adjust and when we identify much better, that was easier, because once you play there, then the other team is more open, and then you can repeat, and base is going to be open. And then also try to identify the different passes that we wanted to do with Monday. I think today she had an important role attacking, because once we got to find her, to set it, and then be ready for the transition, be ready for quick attack, when we found that, we felt much comfortable. So sometimes you prevent something, player has to play. It's so difficult, with all noise, just to be aware of exactly what you have to do. But I think we did, after that, we did pretty well. In the moment that we find it, they had to run a lot behind, and we create chances to score the goal that we scored in the first half, especially in the first half.
We'll go over to Luis.
Coach, felicidades por los 3 puntos. ¿Cuál tú crees que fue la clave para sacar el partido hoy? Por momentos pude ver la diferencia, que el equipo estuvo un poco más agresivo y esta vez buscaron anotar primero en el juego.
Bueno, queríamos presionar alto, queríamos presionar arriba, queríamos tener situaciones de duelo. Es verdad que la posición de Vine nos ha alterado un poco, porque es un perfil diferente a Machu Cubo. Machu Cubo solía jugar de 9, siempre descendiendo, pero hoy con Vine tenían profundidad y ahí pues nos atacaron varias veces la espalda y eso nos desajustó un poco. Pero bueno, creo que en líneas generales lo más importante ha sido ser capaces de mantener ese nivel defensivo que hemos mantenido durante muchos minutos del partido, que es lo que nos ha provocado, una vez recuperábamos balón, poder correr, poder transitar, poder crear ocasiones, poder marcar goles, y creo que para mí esa ha sido la clave, la personalidad que hemos tenido sin balón.
Una semana difícil, como dijo el compañero, de diferentes noticias, etcétera. Este es tu último partido aquí en Washington. Quiero que me des una idea general de cómo lo viviste estando aquí y cómo te preparas para ir a Europa, sabiendo que en algún momento vas a enfrentar al Barcelona en la Champions.
Bueno, lo vivo como siempre, pensando que soy un afortunado de poder dedicarme a esta profesión. Me encanta lo que hago, me divierto mucho durante la semana, me apasiona lo que siento, ¿no? Las emociones que siento en el fin de semana. No hago cosas especiales, no intento desconcentrarme, intento estar centrado, ¿verdad?, en el partido, pero bueno, una vez que consigues la victoria, los 3 puntos, pues sí que intentas recordar algunas cosas que se han vivido aquí, especialmente con la afición, que ha habido pues una asistencia al estadio que ha ido creciendo a lo largo de los últimos meses, y creo que es muy importante porque el apoyo que nos han mostrado nos ha hecho sentir muy especiales, y bueno, eso con lo que me quedo.
All right, and we'll go Brian and then over to Thomas.
So I just wanted to talk about the injuries just a little bit for a second. Some critics have kind of speculated that the training sessions might be a bit too intense, and then we've seen players go down a lot today and in the past games. Do you have any comment on that?
Who said that? Sorry.
Just like I've just seen a bunch of people watching the games, fans on the internet, thinking that there might be a problem with the training sessions, just with everything that's going on with a lot of the injuries that are happening.
With the training session, I don't know what you are saying, but I can speak about today, about the game. The game that we wanted to present was a high-demanding actions in terms of all high-intensity parameters that we could do today in terms of ASL, diesel, high-speed running. We were doing a good job in the first half. We had to change some players for the second half to keep maintaining that rhythm, especially defensively, and that's the only thing that I can tell you. Then have other different opinions about things that you have not seen is very difficult to explain, but I think it's not the space also to speak about that.
Is there any word on any of the players that went off today? Was it just cramps, or is there something more serious behind any of them?
No, I don't think any problem today.
Thank you.
We'll go Thomas and then Colin.
So this was your final match coaching at Audi Field. Just what were your emotions like going through today's game?
Being honest, before the game, just do my protocol, do the same things that I do every day. That's what I tell the players every game. We have to pay attention in our role, attacking, defending. That's, for me, the most important thing. And that's what I try to do, try to help the team as much as possible. Today we have to change a lot of things, especially in the second half, in the halftime, the second half, in the last minutes. And then when you finish, obviously, you have to remind how happy you were working here, especially with the fans. I think the standing, the attendance every game is getting higher. And, when you can create that connection with fans, that's huge, what I said before, your teammate. I think last season we were increasing that numbers. During the full season, they were so important in the playoff, right? And this season they started, giving their best. We were not happy with the performance of the other games because we are winning all games that we played, right, on the road, and we wanted to give them today the 3 points. And for me, that's the best gift for the supporters.
And the team is now tied for second in the league amid the injuries and the different distractions. Just how impressed are you with the mentality of this team that they are in that position?
I mean, all what the players are doing from the last season and also this season, if we are there because we deserve it. I never like to put excuse. I never like to speak about the bad news. Always try to be positive. Today, Courtney, Britt, they had the chance to play in the starting. They scored 2 goals. I am very happy for them. Probably other times we could decide put other players, but as they were training during the full week and also the previous week, they deserved to play today. They made an amazing job. Again, I am very happy for them because I think it's not easy when you have not the chance to play a lot. And today they showed that they are being part of the team. So for me, when we have injuries, I always like to see that an opportunity for other players to show what they can do. And today what the team made in the 90 minutes was really good.
We'll go Colin and then Mario.
Jonah, sad to see you go. But just thinking of your time here, how would you like to be remembered for the time you spent at the Washington Spirit? And as a corollary to that, you have a history of winning titles. Are you a little bit disappointed that you didn't bring a championship to Washington?
Being honest, I've been very happy working here, all the connection with the players and also with the supporters. Again, I always like to be very, very positive. I would like to be reminded by players, especially by a person who loves what he does. I love what I do every day. I am very happy. I'm very grateful. Being honest, I enjoy a lot when I am training with the players, when I am preparing games, when I am watching games, when we are traveling, when we are suffering, when we are doing all of that together. The type of emotion that you can create is huge. And that's, for me, the most important thing. It's not about win or lose. It's about the type of person that I am. And I am the type of person that loves what I do every day. So I will be happy if the players think that I could share and spread winner mentality to help them in the process to keep growing as a player, as a person, because coming from other countries is completely different in the way that we face trainings in competition in Spain, and all what we have been doing in terms of changes. I am very happy for that, and all what the players are doing, what they did show today, playing against a huge team was good. So that's for me the bigger thing to be reminded in the future.
We'll go Mario and then Emily.
Buenas tardes, Jonathan.
Buenas.
Felicidades
Gracias.
por la victoria. Primero quiero preguntar cómo esta semana cuando anunciaron que te ibas del club, ¿cómo fue esa plática con las jugadoras? Y le dices algún consejo a Adrián ya que va a tomar las riendas al final del mes.
Bueno, no tengo que darle ningún consejo, él es mayor que yo, tiene más experiencia en la vida. Pero bueno, con mucha naturalidad, como todo. A mí no me gusta hacer nunca grandes cosas cuando hay cambios, es hablar con naturalidad, explicar la situación y lo mismo que os decía antes, intentar ver eso como algo positivo para todas las partes para poder seguir creciendo. Al final creo que no hay genios, ¿no? Al final somos personas, entrenadores que ayudamos a las jugadoras a que puedan desarrollarse, las jugadoras seguirán teniendo la misma capacidad para poder desarrollarse y con los mismos objetivos que se habían planteado a inicio de temporada.
Hablando un poco de la incorporación de Gift Monday a mediados de esta temporada, ha anotado 4 goles en 8 partidos. ¿Qué ha sido el valor de tener una delantera como ella en el equipo?
Bueno, tiene muchísimo gol. Dentro de área es de las mejores jugadoras de cabeza que he visto. Tiene una capacidad de rematar balones que a mí me ha sorprendido. Sabía que era buena en esto, pero viéndola entrenar me sorprende. Pero luego también tiene capacidad de jugar abierta, tiene 1 contra 1, tiene centro, tiene muy buen centro. Y hoy pues lo que nos ha dado ha sido sobre todo de espaldas. Ha tenido un rol muy importante para descargar esos pases que la buscábamos en esa posición de 9 para poder descargar a Croy, a Narumi y después poder atacar con Brittany y con Courtney. Nos ha dado muchísimo en ataque y nos ha ayudado muchísimo también en defensa. Ha acabado muy cansada el partido, eso significa que ha hecho un gran esfuerzo y que nos ha ayudado mucho.
Gracias, Jonah.
Go Emily, and then Jose, I think.
Yep. A question about how was the plan always for her to go 90 minutes, and how important was it to have her there, especially when you're seeing players on both ends of the fields go down towards the end? Hirschfeld.
Okay. We had doubts, being honest, before and during the game, but then speaking with her, she felt good. We have changed a little bit our shape. We put Heather to help her a little more because the second half she had to run a lot, defending both pockets. But then with Heather, she was able to defend Jan in the right side and Heather in the left side. Then we switched it again. But we tried to reduce that because we know that some players had restrictions, and we wanted to make sure that everyone was going to be available for the 90 minutes. And also having the first option that she had to play 90 minutes is going to be a good impact for the future to keep building, to keep growing in her fitness, because we know how intense she is when she presses, especially in that. She's one of the best players defending, and I think it's going to be very positive for her to develop her fitness in the future.
And we saw Trinity was here today. Is this her first day back around the team, and what does that kind of mean, or what does that bring even as an off-field?
Yeah, she was before the game. He's very happy to have her back. All the support that we can receive from the supporters, from Trin, from the rest of the players is so welcome. So let's see. In the end of the day, we don't know exactly the timeline. We don't have to put any type of press, but anytime that she has the chance to appear and have the teammates supporting in other areas, is going to be welcome.
All right, and then Jose, and we'll have time for 2 last quick ones up front.
Jonah, congrats on the result.
Thank you.
How did you mentioned in the past you guys needed to have stronger starts to get the first goal and then to have that quick response? How the work leading up to this match. How much was that focus on that press, and how did it feel watching that and seeing them respond so quickly?
Yeah, today we wanted to press with 3 players in the first line. Against Seattle, we put 2, but I think North Carolina is a very good team in build-up. So we had to adjust a little bit our shape to be aggressive. That was the first key that we wanted to carry out, especially in the first 45 minutes. Try to push them as much as possible. We forced keeper to play long balls all the time, and we got the ball back, especially with Casey heading those challenges. I mean, we made a good job, but we know that they have huge talent, especially Sullivan, Sanchez. When they receive in pocket, they are in a 1v1, but they are able to turn. We knew that, but we did accept that challenge. We wanted today to have the option to press high, be very aggressive, and then have chances to create opportunities. But also at the same time, we were defending in mid-low block. After get the ball back, we knew that we wanted to have the chance to run, especially behind Rauch and Williams back, because they are so high when they are attacking, and we have also good players in transition. So for me, show the intention of the team to mark our territory, especially playing at home, that we want to go to score the first goal is important. We could score the first goal, we score the second goal, we commit a mistake in the build-up, and we concede a first goal, but then the second half we had a huge starting. We had a clear chances to score with the Rose, and then we scored the third goal, and that gave us the chance to have more confidence out of possession, to be defending, and nothing happened until the last minutes of the game.
Lastly, with the news and everything, you've had time to now think about your time here in Washington. Is there a memory that's going to be sticking out to you, whether it's the playoff wins, you mentioned the attendance growth? Is there something that's going to stick out to you about your time at DC, and if so, what it is?
Yes, for sure. I said that a lot of times. All people who is working around soccer, especially for me, I can speak of myself. I love what I do every day, but when you are able to compete and have so many people around the players, that's crazy. Before coming here was one of the biggest things that I wanted to try to spread that energy to the supporters here. And for me, the connection that we had with the fans has been so special. And also one important thing for me, that they are always there. It doesn't matter what happened with the result. We are not having good results in this beginning of the season, especially at home. But even that, supporters are always there. They enjoy when we are attacking, they enjoy when we score goals, but they enjoy also when we are defending. So that's so powerful. When you have that connection, obviously you play with 12 players.
Thank you. Gracias.
Time for two more with Jason and Luis.
Ahora sí, coach, terminas tu estadía aquí. ¿Cómo te preparas para volver a Europa a tener un nuevo reto? Como nos dijiste, algún día a ti te encantan los retos. ¿Cómo te preparas para volver a la Champions y enfrentar al Barcelona en algún momento?
Sí, me encantan los retos, tienes razón, me conoces un poco. Es que he hablado varias veces o muchas veces con vosotros, ¿verdad? Bueno, ahora seré padre de aquí a pocos días, entonces ahora mismo mi prioridad personal y familiar es esa, que todo salga bien. Gracias. Y después, pues sí, intentar hacer esa transición lo más liviana posible. Aquí aún tenemos 2 partidos más que competir, que van a ser partidos importantísimos, que vamos a tener la intención y las ganas de poder ganar otra vez. Por lo tanto, no me gustaría anticipar lo que va a pasar en el futuro. Siempre me gusta, personalmente, intentar tener bajo control lo que depende de mí ahora, lo que puedo hacer ahora, y lo que toca hacer ahora es, bueno, que las jugadoras puedan descansar 2 días, que se lo merecen, y después preparar el partido de Portland. Y después de preparar el partido de Portland, viajar a San Diego para intentar también conseguir los 3 puntos. Y después ya tendremos tiempo de valorar qué es lo que va a pasar en el futuro.
Muchas gracias.
A ti.
And Jason wraps us up.
Jonah, I wanted to ask a little, as we talked about, a very difficult week for the group mentally, physically, and then you get big contributions from Brittany, from Courtney, and they haven't played all that much this year. What does that mean internally to the group when you can turn to them and still get the same level of performance and the same kind of results?
For me, in my career as a coach, for me that's the most important thing. Being honest, I don't like to have 12, 13 players that they play every game. I think, I don't know how many, I think 20 or 21 players, different players started in the starting 11 from the beginning of the season. That's amazing. I'm very happy for that, because I would like to have all players connected, available, because you never know what can happen. Important game that you have to play, you need to have the experience to have, to play those type of games. And we know that all players can play. So I am very happy for the players that are always working and waiting for the opportunity, because it's my way of being. Again, I don't like to decide the starting 11 on Monday. I like to create the competition, the training session, to make sure that everyone will have the same chances, and you need to deserve to be on the starting. And I think we are getting important success. Last season we got the 2nd position. Last season we lost the final. We qualified for the CONCACAF. We won the Challenge Cup. Right now we are in, 3rd or 2nd position in the league. I think we are doing well, but we can improve as a team. So for me, the standard to make sure that everyone is available mentally to be part of the team, for me that's the biggest thing to manage a group of players.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jenny.
I think as a team, we did a good job, defending and taking our opportunities when we needed to, getting forward, transitioning, but knowing when to keep it at times. As far as the goals, I think Courtney had an amazing finish. Obviously, she said it was on a platter, but they're still hard to finish. You still have to put the ball in the back. You have to make contact. So credit to her. That was a really composed, calm finish. So that's all Courtney. In terms of my goal, Casey's just unreal with the ball she plays in the box. So all credit to Casey, because she's just always throwing dimes up, and it's easy for us to just get a touch on it, and then it goes in. And then obviously Monday's goal, just silky header to the corner. I think it was really good finishing on our part. We also created a lot of chances. So it was good offensively, and obviously it was a good defensive performance. We were able to get 3 points and defend and be gritty when we needed to be. So all around a good performance for us.
And then, Esme, I wanted to get your perspective on the first 20 minutes. It seemed like it was really difficult to figure out their press and sort of find the exit and play out of it. And then all of a sudden, the chances started coming. Breaking their line started happening. What did you see in terms of resolving that and all of a sudden sort of changing the dynamic of the game?
I think for the most part, I felt like we saw what they were giving us quite clearly. It was just execution. We weren't super tidy in our actions on the ball. So I feel like once we cleaned up a little bit and we were really just zipping passes, everything just came together. Less of it sort of being a seeing it problem. But yeah, I feel like, as Britt said, we had some really good moments where we went forward at pace and sort of took the opportunity to transition when they had numbers high. And then there were moments where we were super patient with the ball and sort of kept it, drew them out into spaces, opened up passing lines to other people. And that's where Britt's goal came from. We just sort of played so many passes, short, patient, popping it round people, and then Casey put a great ball in, and Britt's header was glorious.
All right, we'll go Luis and then Andre.
Hi. What do you think is the key for winning the game tonight?
We can both go.
Yeah, I think we had really good intensity off the ball. I think we pressed well and a lot of the time forced their goalkeeper into playing really unkind passes into our centre-backs, and we were able to squeeze with our forward line and try and pen them in their half, which was really good. And as I say, in possession, I feel like we chose our moments to attack quickly well and then chose moments to hold it a little bit longer and sort of wait for the opportunity to carve itself open. So I feel like our management of the flow of the game was really good, both in attacking and defending. I think we had a bit of a lull towards the end of the first half where we let them get a little bit more of a foothold in the game, but I think the girls started really fast out of half-time and sort of captured control again.
How important is the team chemistry for the game like this?
Yeah, going off of what Esme said, defensively, I know Jonah says a lot, we have to speak the same language, like, are we pressing, are we holding, and then offensively, like, hey, are we ready to transition? Do we need to, like, sit on the ball and, like, collect ourselves a little bit? And then, honestly, just, like, grinding it out for each other, even, like, towards the end of the game, there was, like, wild stuff happening in the box, and it's just like, hey, like, she's right next to me, but I'm going to, like, help her out, she's going to help me out, and that all comes down to, like, fighting for the person next to you, and that comes with chemistry and just being together on the field, off the field, and wanting to grind out a win in the last minutes of a game.
Thank you.
Esme, I want to start with you. Congrats on the win, by the way. Wanted to ask about the defending, especially in the box. You know, that had been a really key thing for the past few games. And it seems like in this game, we saw Aubrey was making some pretty clutch saves on the line, but then several players were getting on the line and also clearing the ball out. Was that something you worked on in terms of team chemistry and having each other's backs?
Not necessarily. I think we've had a lot of discussions over the course of the season about our box defending and just in terms of positioning and roles, and I feel like we cleaned that up a lot better today. There was a couple of opportunities they had in the first half which thankfully they put wide, but I feel like we've just got such a desire as a team to try and keep the ball out of our net that, as you said, when Aubrey's sort of making an important save, I think Kenna maybe slid in to make a really vital block, and then people are just kind of in and around it, ready to clear and get something on it to get it away. And I feel like that mentality of just wanting to keep it out and defend and, as Britt mentioned, have each other's backs is something that we've really grown in the last few weeks because of the frustration of conceding sloppy goals. I think there's a real hunger to sort of cut that out, and obviously if we do, we're a much harder team to beat and play against. So that's been a really positive step for us the last couple of games.
Appreciate it. And question for both of you. Obviously, you still have a couple more games with Jonah at the helm, but this was the last home game, so sending him off with a win at Audi. But for you both, what is the vibe with another coaching transition, but then also his time here? What have you both kind of learned while under his coaching?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. Yeah, I feel like in terms of what we've learned since he's been here, he always like brings some banter to the training field. So he's been super helpful, honestly, on all sides of the ball, defensively, and the little details about playing the proper foot, the ball speed that we need to play it at. So little things like that, we're really thankful for, and we'll definitely continue to carry that with us when he's gone. In terms of the transition, obviously Adri has coached us before, and he was super great during his time as head coach, obviously great as an assistant coach as well. But I don't think it will be a difficult transition at all. He's proven that he can lead us in a positive direction, and he's a great guy, and he always brings like the energy, and he also is really good tactically in saying like, hey, we need to work hard in this way, we need to win the ball back quicker. So they each bring different things, so we can take all of the things that we've learned from all of them, and having Adri at the helm now will be great. He's a great guy, and he's led us before, and he's going to do a great job leading us again. So I think it'll be a really smooth transition.
I have nothing to add. That was perfect.
Brian and then Thomas, I believe, are here.
Hey guys, congrats both of you on your respective achievements, the Euros call-up and the 2 goal contributions tonight. Brittany, I just wanted to ask you first. You know, I don't want to say it's a surprise start, but you know, you've been coming off the bench a little bit more this season, and you know, you really delivered tonight when it mattered. Can you just speak on that for a second, and also speak on your celebration against your former team, how that felt?
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like if you guys have followed me for my whole career, I think no matter who I score against, how I score, I'm just like, oh my God, and I just like black out. It's just like, I honestly couldn't even tell you what I did. I saw it went in, I'm like, gone. There's nothing going on upstairs. Obviously scoring a goal against any team is great. So I'm just glad we got the 3 points. What was the first part of your question? See, I blacked out already.
Just
Talking about the goal.
like how it felt, like getting the start, getting the
Oh,
the
yeah.
goals.
No, for me, I feel like whatever I am asked to do on this team, I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities. If that's coming in the 90th minute, if that's starting, if that's playing 45, if that's playing 10, 90, like whatever is being asked of me, I'm going to do to the best that I can. And I think it's a testament to the group of girls that we have here, and they're going to support me, and we support each other in whatever roles we have. And also just like practicing like every day, like we're preparing for the game, and you practice how you play, and we practice really hard. So yeah, I feel like on game days, I feel like all of us, whatever we're asked to do, we're prepared, both from a player standpoint and a tactical standpoint.
And finally, more of a hypothetical. I was looking at my app when I was looking at the lineups, and it listed Brittany as a center back and Esme as the right winger.
Oh goodness
I just wanted to
That's
ask.
crazy.
I'm not sure anyone wants to see that lineup. To be
No.
honest.
How do you guys think you would do in each other's respective positions there?
I
Would
could
you have the
whip
goal
a
and the
good
assist
cross
as
in,
well?
I reckon.
I don't think y'all want to see me at center back. I score goals. That's about. I don't stop them.
You work hard though.
I work
Britt.
hard.
I think you'd put in some good challenges, but the height.
The high level thinking at center back and organizing people, I'm worried about me. And you guys do a lot of organizing and defending, and center back's really a difficult position. You guys do a
Yeah.
lot.
I'm much happier when I can see the pitch in front of me, like making runs in behind. I'm not sure that would be my forte, so I think we'll just stick to what we're good at.
Whoever did that lineup, no way.
Yeah,
That's
what have
nice.
they been watching?
Right?
How was your center back partner according to this lineup?
Me and
Hal
Hal at
was.
center back is crazy.
Where was Rebe? What?
Well, yo, can you read that whole
Can
lineup?
we have the whole 11,
Yeah, what's
please?
the lineup? Who was in net?
They might be onto something.
Yeah,
This could
right.
be
Yeah.
genius tactically.
Kingsbury, Carl, Hirschfeld, Ratcliffe, Kruger, Rooney, Bernal, Morgan, Monday, Brown, Bethune.
Back.
Rebe's believable in midfield, to be fair, but us two is
Me
crazy.
at center back? Oh, wow.
Well, exactly. We wouldn't know what we were doing, so how's the opposition supposed to know?
We should try
either?
it one game just
yeah,
to see what
just
happens.
go crazy.
Test it out.
Yeah, they'll be like, what is the spirit doing? I think it's going to work one day. Not anytime soon, but one day we'll try it.
We'll go with Thomas
Thanks,
and Jake.
guys.
So obviously going into this game, there was a degree of distraction with the coaching transition, but then you all still got the result. Just what do you credit to this team's ability to navigate injuries and sort of off the field storylines and still get the points?
I think it's probably just such the norm now that we're just used to getting on with things and working hard, pulling together. Everyone who's in the group and available knows their roles, and we're sort of out there to just get the result and get so much support from the girls who aren't in the squad. And as I say, we're just such a unit at the club that it's really nice and easy to kind of feel comfortable and confident no matter what is being thrown in our direction. So yeah, feel really secure in everyone knowing their roles, everyone caring for one another, and we've just got a great group of girls, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of the team.
Over to Jake in the back.
For either of you guys, just Gift Monday. Just seems like she always is scoring goals. How has she been a gift, I guess, to this team so far this season? Had to say it.
Monday has scored on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday so far since she joined the league.
We need a Monday night.
Get a goal on Monday.
We play on Thursday in September.
We need a Monday night game.
We need a Monday night football.
Wow.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy. No, in terms of Monday, she's the best. She's been such a great addition to the team, obviously, in the contributions she's made on the field. She's silky. She's really good, a good finisher. But it's one thing, like some players, it's like, oh, they're really good on the ball, but they don't work hard. But like she does it all. She works hard. She defends. She's good on the ball. She finishes. She like brings that energy that she does it all. And you can't speak highly enough about her. And then off the field, she's so funny. She's always dancing, always smiling, and she's just such a good personality to have. So it's been really great to see her not only like be a part of this team, but also get the success she deserves. And I hope she keeps on going because she deserves it, and I'm really happy for her.
It's been a huge talking point this year. It was a question already asked for you guys about the injuries this season and having to kind of weather the storm, but you're not really weathering the storm. You guys are second in the league, so you just kind of just keep on rolling through whoever's out there. And Brittany, you've been kind of one of the key examples to that. Gift as well, just people that have been able to step up in a lot of people's absence. Just what can you say to behind, like how is this happening? Like how are you guys doing this with matches where you guys almost don't even have enough players to play a match? You have like 13 or 15 sometimes.
I mean, I guess that's the point of having a whole squad, is that everyone's needed at some point or all the time through the season, and everyone works hard every single day in training to be as prepared as possible, and we're so focused on that, and as I say, care a lot about one another. We hold each other accountable, and so we just put a shift in every single day in training, super focused on the next game that's in front of us. And I think we've all just got such a great attitude to whatever comes our way, we're just going to get on with it. It is what it is, and we're going to work hard and just do our best to try and get a win. And I feel like we've really worked the last few weeks on specific things, because we had results that we weren't happy with, defending we weren't happy with, and everyone's very honest and open about the things that we want to do better as a group. And I think that just helps to focus your mindset for the following training week, and then we're all ready to go again the following weekend.
Thank you.
We'll wrap up with Colin.
Esme, my questions are for you. I asked Jonah this question, and I'm going to ask you also. In the time that he's been here, what do you think you as players will remember him for, the legacy he's brought to this organization?
I think his energy and intensity in training. When Jonah was recruiting me, I was so attracted to joining the spirit and learning from him, because he just is so passionate about football, and it makes you want to come in every day and work hard and enjoy the sessions and compete with one another. And I think that's a big thing that I've taken from it. It was quite different to the coaching I had at Man City. And I just love the intensity of training, and that everything's about winning and being better and improving all the time. So I feel like that passion for football and that infectious energy that he brought to trainings is something that we push ourselves now within the team, and that's the norm, and we'll carry that on once Adrian's head coach too. And obviously that's something that he pushes as well. He's just as passionate and so energetic, and sort of brings such life to training. So we're excited about what's to come in the future. I'm really grateful for the lessons that Jonah's taught us as well.
And just kind of staying on that thread, you've been hit with two similar pieces of news. First, it was Mary Earps, and then now it's Jonah. How do you deal with that? And just going back to international football, what do you think of England's chances of retaining the Euros?
Really optimistic. I think we've got a great squad with a really good blend of people who've got major tournament experience, got tournament winning experience, and then players who are coming in fresh as their first international tournament. And I think we've got a real good blend and a really exciting squad, so I'm really optimistic for it. And we're sad about the players who are not available for the tournament. They're going to be misses on the pitch and off it because they're all great people, but it's kind of a similar situation where it's like we've just got to take care of the people who are in the bubble and involved and do the very best that we can, and really hope we can make the country proud.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.